excited you're here to talk to us.
Thank you.
About your new book. Tell us, turn your mate into your soulmate, a practical guide to happily ever after.
Yeah, well, this is the book that I wish I'd been given as a wedding gift.
Oh.
So I was a first-time bride at 44, and what I quickly discovered was that I was a lousy wife. I had no partnership skills. I was this great manifester. I had focused all my energy on finding a soulmate. I got a great one, and I didn't know what to do. I was just bad at everything. So I decided to make myself a student of love.
I love that.
Yes, I needed to learn because I knew I had this great guy, but I didn't know how to keep him.
Right.
And so there was so much to learn. And I ended up doing this thing called the Art of Love series. It was a free online summit where I interviewed the world's top love and relationship experts for 4 years.
Oh my gosh.
I did 130 hours of interviews, and I road tested everything that I learned. So this book is the result of the stuff that works like magic. In fact, there's 16 things in it that can literally turn any relationship around with one caveat. If there's bad behavior, abuse, or addiction, go get professional help.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not your gal.
Yeah.
But if you're just bored or ready to think the grass is greener somewhere else, or he was your soulmate, now you're not so sure, spend $20, read this book, and I promise you 95% of you will turn things around.
I love that. I love the hopeful message.
Yes.
Yeah. So what is a soulmate?
So I believe that a soulmate is first and foremost somebody you can completely be yourself with, somebody with whom you share unconditional love, and when you look into their eyes, you have the experience of being home. And then they're also someone that you feel physically and emotionally safe with.
In your experience, are people just throwing away good relationships? How would they know they need the book?
Well, here's a couple of things that happen. So you meet somebody, and you have all this hot chemistry, and your brain's on fire, and you're really what they call the socially acceptable form of insane at the moment.
A love drug.
That's a love drug. It's this big cocktail. And then 6 to 18 months later, real life sets in, and now you're not so sure.
Right.
And what you don't really understand is that's normal. What people need to understand is that every couple has at least 9 irreconcilable differences. 9. And these are things you're never, ever, ever, ever going to agree on. You need to learn what a great relationship is. So it's chemistry, connection, compatibility, communication, and a shared vision for the future. Because chances are the one that you want to throw out with the bathwater is still your soulmate. But there's all this goop on top of it. And there are easy, simple ways to let it all go.
Is it a book for singles?
I would recommend that singles read it, because don't do what I did. Don't wait to get married and then discover you don't have the skills. Especially the communication skills. It's so important to learn as a woman how to speak to a man in a way that he can hear you, and in the tone of voice in which he can hear you. And to know that his brain is different from your brain, and how they receive and perceive information is not the same as you. Everything that I know works is in this book, and I've written it in such a way that it's simple, it's fun, and it's easy to do, and he doesn't have to change. And I know people are out there thinking, yeah, but he's the problem. Well, maybe, but maybe since you're the person who keeps showing up in all the relationships, it may be that there are just a few little skills that if you had them would change everything. One of the things that I wish people knew is that when you're in a soulmate relationship, it's deeply healing. So if you once thought that they were your soulmate, there are ways to turn them back into your soulmate.
Tell us more about that.
Let's say things are really dead in the relationship. The sex isn't good anymore, the communication is down, nothing's really happening. The first thing I would recommend is that you go do something that tricks your brain into thinking it's life-threatening. So it might be a roller coaster ride, might be skydiving, bungee jumping, zip lining, a scary movie. Because when you share that kind of experience with your beloved, the brain chemistry and the adrenaline rush, it sort of bonds you together, and it restarts the brain chemistry that you felt when you were falling in love. Go do something really scary together, because then you bond.
I love that. That's so great. Thank you for coming. Tell us how to get in touch with you. How do we find you?
Oh, I'm really easy to find. My website is my name, arielleford.com or soulmatesecret.com. And then I have a special website for the book. It's called mate2soulmate.com. And if you buy a copy of the book, you get all these goodies. So I have a 5-part video series with all kinds of experts and some free ebooks and some audios. I've got some great audios on transcendent sex. So yeah, mate2soulmate.com.
Spicy. Very
spicy.
Thank you. I can promise you I'm going to go take my husband ziplining as soon as I get home.
Okay, I want pictures.
You got it.
All right, thank you.